Hey everybody, Todd Michael Putnam here from D&D Creative Table Designs, bringing you another table adventure. This one is the Nightmare of the Fey. The Nightmare of the Fey. And if you remember my other Fey Queen story, my other Fey Wild story there, the characters had accidentally been transported into the realm of the Fey, and the Fey messed around with them. They were never malicious or anything, but they were very much tricksters and polymorphing the characters and doing all kinds of crazy stuff to them, making them do all kinds of weird things and tricking them until finally they were able to convince the Fey Queen of their goodness and that they would never harm Fey in the regular mortal realms, and she allowed them to return. But as is true with all Fey, there's a trick to it. There's a catch. There's a hitch. The hitch in her releasing them was also that if the Fey realm ever needed them, that they could be brought back as heroes to help fight whatever danger the Fey realm might endure. And so, in this particular adventure, the Fey Queen has gone to sleep as she does, and every so often, the Fey Queen, when she goes to sleep, feral dreams creep into her mind, and her heart turns cold and filled with fear and malice as the nightmare takes a hold of her. And it overtakes everything because she is the land and the land is her. So as the land turns feral and it completely warps and all the bright colors turn to like dark purples and blues and just the land itself is warped and changed, the Fae themselves that are remaining, some of them are transformed into it, others are resisting for longer. They cry out in a song basically that brings the characters back. I wrote a quick little poem basically that this is what the Fae would reach out and there would be a chanting of all the Fae voices at once that could be heard in the characters' ears, and then and once they hear it, they are portaled in, and it is the song of the Fey Queen's nightmare. The queen is the land, and the land is the queen. When the Fey Queen sleeps, we all live her dream. But when bitter thoughts creep into the Fey Queen's heart, the Fey turn feral, and the land grows dark. Where once was the sun, there is now only a moon. Fields filled with joy turn to forests made of gloom. And the satyr fill with malice, and the pixies turn to hate, and goodness turns to evil, in a dream we can't escape. For the queen is in her prison, made of darkness and of fear, and the feral Fey who guard her slay all who dare draw near. Let heroes come and save us from the nightmare of the Fey. Release the queen from madness so that night may turn to day. So that's the poem. Yes, I know I'm not Shakespeare. But that's the poem basically that the characters will all hear chanting in their head over and over again. And then after the third time that they say it, the magic of the contract basically, when the characters agreed to the Fey Queen's terms in order for her to send them back to the world the first time, the magic of the contract will take home and portal them in, and the characters have to battle their way through the feral Fey. Now they are malicious, now they are twisted, and they turn into crazy versions of themselves, like, you know, they'll turn into like this weird version of a bull, right? Or the Fey dragons will grow in size and turn, you know, significantly evil, and they will become more like their dragon cousins in the mortal realm, where they'll become greedy and malicious, right? And the unicorns and stuff will literally turn into nightmares, and some of the satyrs and stuff will literally grow in size and turn into these giant hulking monstrosities that are marching through the forest and wreaking pain and havoc on others, while other Fae still remain, and some of the pixies and stuff, some of the other creatures, they haven't yet been taken hold from the corruption, and they're the ones that are called out to the players. So, and of course, they're being tormented and tortured in their own lands, and their only hope to rescue the queen is to have her be rescued from her nightmare in a prison of the nightmare which she has created for herself. So once they have gone through a number of encounters and fought off the Fae that have been corrupted, they'll eventually be led by some of the Fae who are still good to the good queen's prison, where she's here, and they take care of any guards that are around there. And once they release her from her prison of her nightmare, her nightmare will turn back into a regular dream, and the force will return, and then the characters will have fulfilled their contract, and they get returned back to the mortal realm. So that's the idea behind it. And this is basically the Fey Dark, and it's the Feywild realm in the grips of a nightmare from the Fey Queen. It's pretty straightforward, simple concept, but this was the way that I did it. As far as the map is concerned, I kind of took, of course, I got rid of the regular map that's all greens and whatnot, and I have I believe it's called Alien Hive. I think this is P-Works. I could be wrong, but I think it's a P-Works map. But anyway, it's called Alien Hive, and it's got blacks and purples and different colors, like that, just swirling things. So it basically just kind of reeks of corruption. And then, of course, use lots of purple plants. I brought out some of my blue and pink trees, which I had before in the Good Fey ones, but I also had added, and they don't actually have these. It looks a little, it looks a little lighter in here. It's kind of hard. The camera's not really doing it justice. I have to put it next to it. But I also had some of the trees painted purple instead of the pink. So I actually have a color that Monster Fight Club, these are Monster Fight Club trees, I have a color that they don't normally have, but I also have some purple trees that go in there too, just to show, and instead of having the orange trees, I pulled those out and used the ones that I had painted purple. So you still have the blue and the pink, which were from the original set, but then you've got some purple trees instead of the orange. That just kind of helps shows the change. Then of course with the mat underneath is the backdrop to everything. And then a lot more of the purple flowers and some funky alien type flower things that I've got I actually got them for a different set, for a different adventure type that I'll be using hopefully in the near future, probably sometime after Christmas for sure. But just like real funky colored alien style plants. But I thought, you know what, they would be good for Warped Fey as well. So I just kind of threw those in there. And that's really it. Pretty straightforward, simple project. And a straightforward, simple plan that the characters are basically brought back to fulfill a contract to protect the Fae. And in this case, the Fae wasn't an outside invader. It was literally from the dream of the Fey Queen herself, because she is eternally linked to the land and the land to her. So her dreams literally shape the land itself. And normally those dreams are wonderful and joyous and everything. But when she has a nightmare, the Fey Dark is the result. And the only way to stop it, because the Fae are a part of it, is to have outsiders come in and have the characters come in and the heroes come and save the day by rescuing the Fey Queen. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe so you can be made aware when new ones show up. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and look forward to seeing you next adventure. You guys take care. Bye.